No doubt the most common source of insecurity for men is penis size. There's a lot of value placed on the dimensions of your meat. And no doubt you've also heard micropenis tossed around as an insult, but few people know that it's an actual medical diagnosis, and in some cases a debilitating condition. And last night on stream, a chat member put a little something interesting on my radar to dive into. A man claiming to have the world's smallest penis had just done an interview with The Morning, which is a news program. And I thought, okay, this will be, fascinating, but probably incorrect, because I imagine the title for world's smallest penis would belong to a professional Reddit moderator. But nonetheless, I decided to take a peek.
And with the average UK penis size around 5.2 inches, our next guest measures up to just 0.38 inches. For comparison, that's about the size of garden pea.
Yeah, 38.
Still don't really get why she said that. For comparison, it's the size of a garden pea. Just sounds like she's insulting him right to his face. Ah, yes, it is very small. It's like a clitoris down there. Like, alright. I mean, you can tell by the measurement there that it's not optimal. I don't really know why he had to try and paint like a fucking picture with it, especially in the studio with the guy there. Like I said, it is a real medical condition, and I actually feel extremely bad for the guy here. I don't really want to show too many clips from that, because the more he talked about it, the more it really starts to dawn on you what living with something like that must be like. He describes not being able to use public restrooms comfortably because he can't urinate standing up. He has to be in a stall, and even then it's kind of like a tricky ordeal. He also describes, of course, the complications with romantic partners, like women in his past, that kind of thing, and how difficult it could be to navigate that with a condition like this. It is just a very sad set of circumstances, and I feel really bad for the guy. It takes a lot of courage to come up here and be the face of what he describes as the world's smallest penis. And the reason he went on there is he said he wanted to raise awareness about micro penises being an actual medical thing, and if you do catch it early enough, you can get it reversed. You can have surgical intervention that can help. But in Michael's case, he said that it's too late. And when that was brought up, it led to an entirely different can of worms that we opened on stream about a man who completely lost his penis with an infection and then had a new one grown on his arm, which was eventually, well, I won't spoil the whole story.
To see if there was anything I could do to make it bigger. But what is available doesn't really provide much.
It's so difficult
I
as
don't
well,
understand.
I think, because it's kind of the moment that you discover that, and knowledge is power, and then you can go and get some help. When did you first start to realise that you had a really small penis?
What the fuck kind of question is that? Hard-hitting journalism. Wow. Yeah, I don't understand how it could possibly be too late. Surely it'd be expensive to do a full penile reconstructive surgery, right? But there's gotta be a way. It's 2026. I have an AI goon tube that's at my disposal should I choose to waste hundreds of dollars. That'll backseat game me. Telling me to aim for the head and shit. You're telling me we can't make a 0.38 inch penis a bit bigger? I don't believe that for even just a second. I don't get it. That's so weird to me. I feel like he's just seeing the wrong specialists, right? Maybe in the UK that's not an option, but I have to imagine somewhere in the world you can put a couple extra inches on that shaft. There's a transplant an option. A penile transplant? I can't imagine you can successfully penile transplant. Like I said, I just don't know how you wouldn't be able to do reconstructive surgery on it. Can't they grow a penis on his arm like the other guy? The hell are you talking? Someone got pauldron penises? What are you talking about? A man whose penis fell off is growing a new one on his arm. What? I don't think I can pull this up on stream. Malcolm McDonald lost his genitalia to a severe infection and now sports a bionic penis on his left forearm. So I didn't think I'd be able to show the pictures from the article I was reading, but he did a few interviews a few years back, and I feel like I can probably show you one of those since it's on YouTube, right?
Can you show us now?
Yeah? Let's say hi to my little friend. It's Jimmy.
Imagine rolling up your sleeves to pull your cock out. That is wild. So, it's not like clickbait, it's not like phony baloney headlines here. This was a real medical procedure here to grow a new penis on this guy's arm to get it ready to move back to his groin. That was the goal. It wasn't to like that wasn't its final evolution there. That wasn't the, perfect cell form of having, penis arm or anything. It was to get it there, get it healthy, and then get it ready to move to the groin. It is an unbelievable story. After a mechanic from the United Kingdom lost his penis, medical innovators fashioned him a replacement out of his existing tissue, and it now rests on his left forearm. But why put it on his forearm? Why would you... If you can grow it again, just put it downstairs. So as I read more, it became clear that they couldn't grow it back there at the time, so they chose his arm for it. But even after doing more digging on this, I don't understand why it had to be the arm in a place that's so visible. I don't know why they couldn't grow it on, like, his thigh, or, like, maybe a little more up here on the arm meat, around, like, the triceps area or something, as opposed to, like, his actual forearm here. That then just meant he couldn't wear, like, t-shirts or anything like that. It just felt like the placement was suboptimal. But again, full disclosure, surprise, surprise, I'm not a cock savant. I'm not a wiener scientist. So maybe the forearm is the only environment in which you can plant that seed to, grow dicks. But I don't know why it couldn't go elsewhere, like the thigh, somewhere less visible. The chest, on the titty, dick nipples or something. Like, pretty much anywhere but there. Because in that position, that means he has to be extremely careful when out in public. Because it could just at any moment fall out, which you're going to hear did happen. He's just got a dick on his arm. It's fucking crazy. It's like the Assassin's Creed Hidden Blade, but wiener. Ralph and his team partially removed this section of skin, blood vessels, and nerves from McDonald's left arm, shaped it into a replacement phallus. A urethra was then created via surgery, and 2 tubes and a pump were inserted, which would allow the new penis to achieve mechanical erections. Once the penis was finished, the shaft was detached from the arm, allowing it to grow additional skin and tissue while dangling freely. The original intention was for the new penis to be surgically reattached to his groin in 2018, 2 years after the original procedure. However, due to various scheduling issues, illness, and more recently widespread delays caused by the coronavirus pandemic, this is 2020 by the way, McDonald's new penis has been on his arm for the last 4 years, and it looks like it may be staying put for the foreseeable future. Yeah, so McDonald, who was profiled in the post back in 2020, eventually became used to having the appendage on his arm. People ask me about it when they see me in the pub, and of course people make jokes. But I get it, it's not every day you see a man with a penis on his arm. Of course, I see the funny side, I have to. I don't have any other option. In a new documentary, The Man with a Penis on His Arm... You couldn't give it a cooler title. McDonald recalls helping an elderly lady retrieve an item from the top shelf at a supermarket, only to have the penis pop out from beneath his sleeve and nearly hit her on the head. It's something to tell the grandchildren, isn't it? McDonald tells the program, clearly keeping a sense of humor about the situation. Earlier this year, however, doctors finally performed a successful surgery, moving McDonald's man-made penis from forearm down to pubic area. It was a 9-hour op. First thing I did was look down and I was like, oh my days, they got it this time. Nerves and blood vessels... no, this is different. Nerves and blood vessels were taken from the arm and stitched together in the pubic area to establish blood supply to the manufactured penis. Urologists worked with plastic surgeons during the process to make sure McDonald could have a functioning urethra, meaning he will now be able to pass urine normally. And the clever medics even installed 2 tubes to allow McDonald to inflate the penis with a hand pump in order to give himself an erection. Oh wow, so he's the master of his own fate now. He doesn't need to rely on nature. This could be a turning point in my life, the divorced dad gushed, thrilled at the prospect that he'll finally be able to have sex again. Turns out McDonald's artificial penis is even better than his real one. The dad designed his dream penis with the help of surgeons and added an extra 2 inches to the man-made model, making it 6 in total. They were happy to listen to what I wanted it to be like, which was amazing. Not many can say they have a designer penis. Well, it has a happy ending. I don't know where he saw that he chose not to put it down there on the groin. Yeah, I can't show you it on his arm, but I can show you the scar. And then immediately it gets right to his arm. Yep, that went to the top of the page. I was going to show you that, but that went to the top of the page. It's blurred, though. So if we can do this, why can we not help him? I don't understand. That guy's condition seems far more severe. He literally lost his cock to sepsis. This guy just has a very small one. I have to imagine it would be even more convenient, since everything's still all there, to just do something to help, right? So like I said, all the plumbing is still in order, like the wiring's still good, like he still does have like a functioning penis, it's just at a size that makes things more difficult, whereas in McDonald's case, he completely lost that, and yet they were able to grow one, a designer penis. They built a cock out of a box of scraps. I just don't understand, if that's a possibility and it has successfully been performed before, why, in Michael's case, is he led to believe that it's too late and there's no action that can be taken outside of like a couple of smaller procedures like fat injections, which in the later part of the interview he mentions he tried, it just didn't take, and the other options add like very trivial amounts of size for a lot of risk and a lot of money. So I'm just kind of left confused is all.
Just more like...
Man, that's so fucking sad. There's got to be a way to help this guy. I don't understand how it's like unsolvable. He's younger than the guy who grew it on his arm. His problem isn't nearly as severe as the guy who grew it on his arm. Well, I make it sound like he's an X-Men mutant who did it on his own accord. The doctors grew a penis on his arm and then put it in his groin. Why is that not possible here? Just connect this guy with that team. It's entirely possible this was something that Michael was offered, but he didn't want to be, growing penises like body hair, which I think would be understandable. What I more mean is that it feels like, based on what I've learned now about like McDonald's case, as well as like a couple of other like very rare cases, that maybe there are some other options that aren't just like, ineffective fat injections and things that he's already tried. Like, overall, I just feel so fucking bad for Michael, and I'm just hoping that there's something more that can be done should he choose to want to pursue that. He also mentions in the interview that he's doing all of this with gusto here to try and help others out there that might have something similar going on but don't realize how serious it is, so that way they can act now and hopefully avoid, like, problems down the line. And I think that's great from Michael. Yeah, they got a lot of wild ones. This is the same station that had that woman come on about like how she left her husband because she was fucking a ghost. Right? I'm pretty sure it's the same station. So yeah, this program does have a lot of interesting stuff come across.